oil is nice and warm, so we'll put in our beef here. Nicely cut beef. Chipping our potatoes to make sure they're actually already ready. So we can just switch those off and let them, cool down for now as we make our stew here. As it's cooking, we'll just go ahead and cook my mushrooms. And it's advisable you first wash the mushrooms as well before you use them, because I usually find some soil. Sometimes they say they're washed and ready to cook, but you don't want to be testing that soil in your stew or as you bite your beef. So go ahead and wash these quickly. Alternatively, you can just cut off the ends of the mushrooms, because of the ones that usually have some soil attached to them. This is just beef, nothing. This is added in yet. Go ahead and cut some mushrooms. So here we are. We have our beef, our tomatoes in there, we have our onion, we have our garlic, we have our green peppers, and then mushrooms. So we're gonna let this cook. I already added in some salt. I put in 1 teaspoon of salt. I put in just a tiny bit of beef tenderizer. Yep, beef tenderizer. It says it's seasoned, so that means there might be some salt in there. So that's why you kind of want to go slow on adding in the salt. And I added some smoked paprika just to give it that smoky taste. So we're just gonna let this steam for a while, maybe 10-15 minutes, so the flavors can all diffuse into the meat, into the mushrooms, into the tomatoes. At this point, you can always taste, put like a little bit on your finger and taste for the salt to see if you need to add in more salt or you need to add in more water, so that you can dilute the salt if you put in too much. But that's just about that. And again, I used some avocado oil at the beginning. And we'll go ahead now and put in add in some of our chicken broth, or you could use vegetable broth or just plain water. And if you want it to thicken, some people use some kind of flour, or you could use some cornstarch, just like a tiny bit in here, and then add some water, and then that will make your soup thicker. So, but I'm just going to go ahead and use some broth, and I think we should do well with the thickness, because the mushrooms and the tomatoes that I put in are all chunky, and I know once they cook down, they'll make the gravy or thick how we want it. And again, the potatoes are ready here. As you guys, I will show you. This is how the potatoes look like, the purple potatoes. They're ready and they're just cooling down here for us to eat. That's what we'll be enjoying with us. Again, you can use mashed potatoes on the side. It goes well with the stew. You can use some rice if you want. If you have Matooke, for like my Ugandan people, you can, of course, you know, have it with Matooke on the side. You can use kalo, you can use Posho, that's a cornmeal. You could have cornmeal on the side, you could have millet on the side. All these things really go well with a stew. You could have just some yams on the side or cassava on the side. Uh, so many options that you can enjoy. Some chapati on the side. There's so many, the choices are many. But for us, we'll be enjoying the stew with the sweet potatoes that I just steamed on the side there. All I did was put them in here, put them in another pan, and let it boil and steam for about 20-30 minutes. And they were nice and ready. And you can cut them into smaller pieces so that they can be ready quicker. So we'll let this girl here keep steaming and cooking, simmering. We'll add in some of this just to give it some more gravy. Okay, catch you later. Let me let this keep cooking and I'll show you when everything is done how the meal will be looking like. Again, this is beef stew. I used organic beef, which was meant specifically for stew. There are different kinds. If you go to the stores, there's one for grilling, there's one for roasting, there's one for stewing, there's one for I don't know what. But so make sure you look for the stew kind if you're actually trying to make stew. Anyway, don't go away. I'll come back with the finished product in a minute. Okay, so this is the ready stew here. That's how it looks like. Looks really delicious. And over here are the potatoes, the steamed potatoes. So we'll go ahead and plate over here. So this is mashed potatoes. Corey wanted some mashed potatoes and some avocado here. And we'll go ahead and oops. That's how it looks like. Nice and thick. And over here, we'll be adding a potato on this one. That's how the pop of potatoes look like. A nice solid thing. That's good. And that's how that looks like. And that's dinner. Bon appetit. I hope you guys enjoy it. And you can show me in it. You can enjoy this delicious meal. Again, this was beef stew with some purple potatoes. These are like the closest to sweet potatoes. And we love avocado. So let's see. Hot, hot, hot. Yeah, delicious. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you like this video. Again, this was beef stew for dinner tonight. Take care. Bye-bye.